Hi guys, we're back in my closet, as you can see. This video, let's see, the direction that I'm trying to take with this is I want to show y'all, I guess, my process of how I became confident. And I know everybody's process is different, but this really helped me, and I'm gonna tell you from right now, it's gonna take years. If you're at the same point that I was, it will definitely take years. I had absolutely no self-confidence at all in any way, shape, or form. I was so shy. Like in high school, I wouldn't talk to anybody. I did have, friends that were basically just like me. I was, I guess you could say, in the weird people. And those are my choice of people even now, because I feel like that they're more genuine. But anyway, I'm really sick right now. My boyfriend contagion me of I don't know what. I'm gonna tell y'all the backstory. When I was, actually my whole life, I have an older brother. It's time to overshare, and I know when he finds out that I posted this, he's gonna be really upset, but I don't give a shit. He's 4 years older than me. And my whole life, he always made me feel like shit about myself. He wanted, I love to like analyze things psychologically, blah blah blah, I'm a psychology nerd. So he wanted a little brother, but he didn't get one. He got 4 sisters instead, so he was the only boy, and we were like best friends, but obviously he was like embarrassed of me because I was a girl. So I always tried, and this is like way TMI, okay? So I always tried to please him, to impress him, like I wanted to be a boy. I don't know, this just sounds weird, but I wanted to prove myself to him, He would ride his bike, and I was a little girl, okay? I would ride his bike as well. I remember one time I got really hurt because of it, because I was little, and he didn't think about that. And I mean, throughout, up until he was like 14, they're probably like 13, right around puberty, we would hang out all the time and do all kinds of bad shit, and I was like, try to prove myself to be the same as a boy. And even with my dad, it's the same. Like, I would always go outside and do all these outside activities that my brother didn't want to do or anybody else wanted to do. So anyway, there's my backstory. I was a little tomboy growing up. And the thing is, with my brother, I was never good enough for him. He always made me feel like shit about it. He would say all kinds of things to make me feel bad, and then even when we weren't, we were never close. The only time we were really close was when he and I were both in college. And now he's okay. Like, he's a grown man. He's like 27 or 28. And he's changed like to an absolutely completely different person. So I absolutely believe that people do change. So let's see. But yeah, he would belittle me, make me feel like shit, and that developed throughout. Like, it was visible in my life and at school, with my siblings, my parents, cousins, everything. So that's where all of my insecurities stemmed from. I always had like mental illness and stuff, so I couldn't like ADHD. It was undiagnosed. I honestly think I'm dyslexic. So I was never good in school, up until like high school. And my parents just thought I was lazy. They would call me all kinds of names because they thought I didn't try, and I did. I would try so hard, and I couldn't concentrate. I would try so hard to learn things. I would cry because I couldn't. It was really awful. Just remembering makes me really sad. But yeah, I got so many traumas, y'all. I can't imagine. So that was me growing up. So that also developed itself into my teenage and young adult life. And even now, I guess I'm still a young adult, whatever. So dating, I would like date these boys that, or try to date. I only had like one boyfriend, but I would date these boys that also treated me like my brother. Like they belittled me, they made me feel terrible about myself. Ugh, it was just terrible. And like I didn't realize, the moment that I did realize was one time, this is gonna sound crazy, one time that I was dating my ex-boyfriend. He was very playful, he was like the class clown or whatever. We were play fighting, I guess, and he got on top of me and held me down and farted on me, and I felt the most intense anger you can imagine. Like I was holding back tears, and I was like, I thought about it and I was like, why do I feel like this? This is really weird. Like he didn't do anything that serious. And in that second, suddenly I was like 8 years old and my brother was holding me down, farting on me, like tormenting me. Obviously as a little girl, that was really, really awful. He would do it all the time. So in that second, I noticed, I realized, I was like, wow, I don't have daddy issues, I have brother issues. And it was horrible after that. I realized, and like every little thing, all of these things clicked in my mind. I was like, wow, like this boy is exactly like my brother growing up. Like this, that's why he's really immature. That's why I'm attracted to him. And I was just like, holy shit. So then I realized I had a problem. And it took many years to like get out of that mindset as well. So I finally left that boy after 4 years. Actually, like, I think he broke up with me. But anyway, it's been 6 years since then, since we broke up, and he still tries to get my attention. So then, this is when it gets pretty good. Then once I like went off to college and all that, I would still try to date these boys that didn't treat me well, that didn't take me seriously. I'm sure a lot of y'all can relate, guys, and a lot of y'all, I'm sure it stems from daddy issues, or like me, brother issues, or any other kind of issue. Maybe you don't have any underlying childhood trauma issues, but that's what happened to me, and it definitely affects your self-esteem. You know, you feel like you're not good enough. You start comparing yourself to all these other girls and all these other people, and especially now, this is what I hate about like our culture. It's the Instagram culture, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. There's all these pretty girls, and then you're constantly comparing yourself, and there's all these products that they're trying to sell at you, and you're like, I need these products so I can look like her, so I can be like her, so these people can like me. And it's stupid. It's very stupid. So that's why I'm making this video, because I have mastered, I ain't gonna say mastered, but over many years and a lot of like forcing myself to think differently, I have taught myself to love myself as I am. And it's hard because it's a lot of different things. It's not just physical, it's mental, it's emotional. So now I don't suffer too much with like body dysmorphia. I'm okay with my body. I'm completely okay with my body, and luckily I found a boy that makes me feel good about myself physically, and I guess in other ways too, like emotionally or whatever. What you have to do, okay, here it is, take notes. What you have to do is you have to find something that you really like about yourself. So I'm gonna say pick one thing that's physical and one thing that's metaphysical. So let's see, what do I do? What I told myself, I really like my hair. So not right now, I'm having like a bad hair year, but I always loved my hair. It was the one thing that like didn't make me feel terrible about myself. I got complimented on it all like growing up and stuff. So I take that, and then I see a metaphysical thing that I like about myself. I'm generous, understanding, and forgiving, which are kind of hand in hand to me. So I guess you could say I'm like a good person. Maybe not so much now because life has been testing me, but back when I first started doing this, that's what I picked. So you have to really focus on that. Anytime you feel down about yourself, just remind yourself these things. Like, I'm a good person. I have the best intentions for others. You know, stuff like that. If you're like really smart, that would be a good thing. If you're good at math, I'm terrible at math. That was also one of the things that stemmed my self-esteem issues. If you're good at reading or public speaking, or you're really friendly, you're really bubbly, anything that you find is positive, just remind yourself every single day. And every day, try to find something else. Maybe not every day, but over time, try to find something else. And then you'll have like all these things that make you feel good about yourself as a person. So then physically, you want to do the same thing. For me, like, I like my hair, so I would always accentuate it. Curl it, straighten it, you know, do things to make me feel pretty. So then I'll look at myself in the mirror, and every morning, it's really hard. Anytime you see yourself in the mirror, you got to like stare yourself down and talk to yourself and tell yourself you're beautiful, you're worthy. And honestly, for me, it's not like corny stuff like that. I'm just like, you are the baddest bitch out there. It sounds really stupid, and like it makes me laugh because that's, you know, that's something that I like about myself. I always like try to turn things into a joke. So I guess it's like positivity in the form of comedy. So really, that's what you gotta do. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, you look good as fuck today, girl. Go own this shit. So another thing, once you start building confidence, you have to find different things. If for you, like getting all fixed up and getting pretty will help your confidence, then do it. For me, it does help a lot. But I don't want you to depend on makeup or on doing your hair, dressing up cute or whatever to make you feel confident. You have to find confidence within yourself without makeup, without doing your hair, without all of these things. So something that really like changed my life again was the fact that it was one time I got a rash. I would always wear makeup. One time I got this terrible rash. I made another video about it, or I've mentioned it other times. It was like all around here, on my eyelid. It was perioral dermatitis, which that could be many different things, but it's like a bacterial infection under the skin because I exfoliated too much. So please stay away from exfoliating too much. And it was really, really red. It was really like greasy somehow. It was like super, super painful, itchy, and it burned when I touched it. Even when I didn't touch it, I had it for like 2 weeks, so I had to completely stop wearing makeup. And that was so hard. I can't even explain how difficult it was. I felt like completely vulnerable. I had never done that. So then once I got rid of it, and then my skin cleared up, and my skin got better than it was before, I started to not wear makeup, and I felt completely fine. It was crazy. I definitely recommend that. So after that, I became confident in like every way. I used to completely never leave the house without makeup, and then I learned how to do it. So I felt invincible, you know? So something that I really like to do, which is like maybe a little extra, but okay, so when I like go to school or whatever, I'll get all fixed up and I'll walk around campus, and if you're like me, you'll feel really shy and you just want to like hunch over and look down, but I stop myself. As soon as I see or feel myself doing it, I'll pick my head up, you know, put my shoulders back, flip my hair, and just give my most like bad bitch catwalk to class. So obviously I'm not like, you know, flaunting, but I'm showing my confidence. And it's really crazy because everybody will see you differently. Whereas like if you're walking like this, your head down, people either won't look at you or they'll like glance at you. You know, you feel judged. But when you walk confidently, people will step out of your way. You can feel almost as if they're afraid. And I'm not saying that other people being afraid of you is good. That's not good. But feeling that feeling is powerful, it's empowering, and it's wonderful. I want you to try it. Try to walk confidently, to portray yourself confidently, because even if you don't feel confident, just portraying it is enough, because eventually it will come naturally. Exactly like they say, fake it till you make it. Swear it works. So I think these are the very, very basic steps that I took to become confident. It's really hard. You have to step out of your comfort zone. When you're afraid of doing anything, just ignore the fear. It's crazy, but it doesn't make sense. But when you do it, it does make sense. So another thing that I have found that has like boosted my confidence, which is really weird, is I'm a like huge advocate of a natural lifestyle. So things that have helped me in my like mental state and my physical state are vitamins and supplements. So excuse me. So for anxiety, I've really found, and depression and all that, but mostly anxiety, I found that magnesium supplements help a lot. Please Google what magnesium deficiency does to your body. An estimated like 70% of people in developed nations are deficient in magnesium. So I think that's why we have such high rates of depression, anxiety, all kinds of different mental illnesses, and physical, because magnesium is absolutely essential in the body. It's responsible for over 300 biochemical reactions in the body. So please supplement it. You can't overdose on it unless you take it all at once, but it washes out in 24 hours. So please do that. It helped me so much with like public speaking, with being friendly and all that. I was always, I'm telling you, like I didn't speak to anybody like ever, and now like starting up a conversation with anybody is easy. I prefer not to, because I like to be alone now. Or maybe I have always liked it, but when I have to like talk to people and be bubbly or whatever, I'm fine. And honest to God, I believe that helped me so much. So anyway, so those are my tips. So please try this. Like tell me how it helps. I'm telling you, it's gonna take a long time to see any difference. Months, maybe probably years. It took me a couple years. But I'm here, bitches. Like, y'all can't get rid of me. There's literally nothing that people can say to me that will hurt my feelings enough to really make an impact. Okay? And I think that's the best feeling ever. And I really want everybody else to experience it. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know. Bye-bye.